Think you know Star Wars? Well, here's 20 things you might not have known about Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. The film was originally just titled Star Wars when it was first released in 1977, and didn't have the full title of Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope until the film's re-release in 1981. The role of Han Solo was turned down by James Caan, Jack Nicholson, Robert De Niro, and Burt Reynolds. This is a skeleton of a greater crate dragon. These fake bones were left by the crew after filming and still remain in Tunisia today. Darth Vader only has 12 minutes of screen time. What? George Lucas's usual directions to the actors were faster and more intense. The stormtrooper on the right bumps his head right here, and to make him not feel bad about it, they even made Jango Fett bump his head too. Luke Skywalker's original last name was Starkiller. This name was used for the main character in the video game Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, and here's him killing a Star Destroyer. There were originally two designs for the Millennium Falcon. The rejected one became the Rebel Blockade Runner, also known as the Carillion Corvette. Speaking of which, the model for the Rebel Blockade Runner was 4 feet long, and the model of the Star Destroyer that's pursuing it was 3 feet long. By shooting them separately, ILM can make them whatever size they wanted on screen. George Lucas came up with the name R2-D2 while finishing post-production on American Graffiti. Someone asked for the R2-D2, referring to reel number 2 of the second dialogue track. Lucas liked the name so much he put it in his pocket for later. These actresses auditioned for the role of Princess Leia: Farrah Fawcett, Margot Kidder, Meryl Streep, Sigourney Weaver, and Sissy Spacek. Before casting Alec Guinness for Obi-Wan Kenobi, George Lucas considered Peter Cushing, who plays Grand Moff Tarkin. I think that could have turned out well.
Charming to the last.
There were originally scenes of Luke and his friends at Anchorhead, but the studio felt that they were too American Graffiti in space. This iconic part of the score is titled Binary Sunset, and the names of Tatooine's two sons are Tattoo 1 and Tattoo 2. Believe it or not, William Katt, star of the TV show Greatest American Hero, auditioned for the role of Luke Skywalker. This is a power droid and commonly called a gonk droid because of the sound it makes. If all droids were named after the sounds that they made, we'd have Ichuta, No, 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 and wow. James Earl Jones was paid $7,000 to provide Darth Vader's voice. He probably should have negotiated for more. Tell him, Han Solo.
$10,000, all in advance.
This shot of the Tusken Raider was too short, so they extended it by playing it forward and backward. David Prowse, who played Darth Vader, was almost cast as Chewbacca. George Lucas asked him if he wanted to, quote, play a furry gorilla or the big villain of the film. I think he chose poorly. There was a scene shot with Jabba the Hutt that looked like this. Lucas was going to replace him with a stop-motion puppet, but never did until the special edition came out in 1997. And now it looks like this.
Prisoner transfer from cell block 1138.
It's a reference to George Lucas's first film, THX 1138, and was improvised by Mark Hamill. At first, Lucas wasn't crazy about it, but now it's become like a trademark. On the prequel DVDs, highlighting the THX logo and pressing 1138 on your remote will play a blooper reel. And this clip for some reason. And here's a bonus one that we all should know. Han shot first.
Yes, I bet you have.
That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Movies. Make sure to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and get the latest movie and TV news on ScreenCrush.com.